Welcome back to Mind Pump TV, guys. I'm here with one of the best coaches in the industry, Eugene, and we are going to go over some stuff for the rotator cuff. You guys know how important it is to have both stability as well as mobility at the shoulder, and that can be really tough when you do a lot of lifting. So Eugene is going to share a fantastic series of exercises for optimizing the functionality and durability at the shoulder and rotator cuff. Let's do it.
Okay, so what we are working with here are some isometric or static contractions for the rotator cuff, which is a series of muscles that sit all around this shoulder blade, shoulder area that are responsible for turning your arm in and out. So very, very important in terms of creating as much stability, or what you might term activation, in these kinds of regions to support this shoulder joints before you're doing any kind of lifting for your upper body. So whether it's arm day, it's back day, it's a pressing day, it's an overhead pressing kind of WOD workout, I find this is a really useful way to start prepping up your shoulders. So you may have seen in the past people doing a lot of things like external, internal rotations with bands or cables or even just dumbbells. I prefer to use this as an isometric or a static hold contraction because it tends to be a lot less fatiguing on the muscle, but it provides a very, very strong neuromuscular or mind-muscle connection output to that target region without creating as much fatigue in that area. So the setup goes, we're using a very heavy implement, which could be a dumbbell or a kettlebell or anything that you want that you know that you can't physically move. You're going to be set up next to whatever implement it is, sitting up in a nice straight posture. So from here, we've got a full grip on the handle of the kettlebell or the dumbbell, and the elbows resting on the bench. Now, all Danny's going to do is he's going to rotate down into the dumbbell at quite a low intensity to begin with. What we're looking for here is a vague contraction or sensation through the rotator cuff, which you'll feel around the back of your shoulder blade here, weaving in through the back of your rear deltoid, and maybe around the shoulder area as well. As you do that, you shouldn't feel much in your neck or trap or your bicep, tricep, or pecs. It should be centralized all around this shoulder area. Now you want to start quite light, because if you go too hard in the intensity of you shoving down for this contraction, you'll feel a lot of other stuff kicking in and trying to compensate. So start maybe a 3 or 4 out of 10 intensity. Now to back this up, we're going to go about 30 seconds pushing downwards, and then we're going to go about 30 seconds pulling backwards into external rotation. So now you can't see much motion here, but Dan's going to be thinking about pulling his hand backwards towards me while keeping the elbow fixed. And again, starting quite light, 3 or 4 out of 10 intensity, looking for a contraction through the shoulder blade and through the rear delt. How's that feeling right now?
You can definitely feel it, yeah.
Awesome. So it's not going to be an intense, like burny sensation, but there should be that contraction there. We're going to go through maybe 2 or 3 times back and forth, and each time you do it, so let's go forwards again now, let's go a little bit firmer. You should find you have a little bit more control and stability and strength in that contraction each time you go through the rotations. Now, I like to do 30 seconds, but you can also bring it down to maybe 10 seconds as the sets go on, or as that proprioception improves. Again, for about 3 sets either way. So let's go backwards one more time. Again, trying to keep the posture as fixed and as static as possible, just looking at isolating and waking up this region. This is probably one of my favorite ways to go about starting up or prepping your body for upper body workouts. You're going to feel an incredible amount of stability through this entire shoulder girdle. And if you have any issues in terms of maybe pain or impingement or anything like that, I'm not one to say exactly what's going on there, but I can tell you that it won't hurt to run through something like a contraction, just like this. Because all we're doing is, without any motion at all, looking at contracting a muscle to see if we can provide any amount of stability there. Now we've gone through about 4 sets there, back and forth. Let's just relax that now. Give that a little bit of a roll around. And how's that feeling now through that shoulder?
It feels nice and stable for sure.
Perfect. And now we are ready to go into a upper body workout. So give that a shot, guys. Maybe 3 or 4 sets, 10 to 30 seconds either way, increasing the intensity of that contraction as the sets go on. Give it a shot and let us know what you guys think. Leave a comment below, and we'll see you guys next time.